So much royal news to get through. Let's start with King Charles. He's returned to public duties for the first time in really 3 months, and he says he's doing well in his first major public event since his cancer diagnosis. It's great to see, isn't it?
It is, and it's really fitting that he's gone to the Macmillan Cancer Fund, because it's not just about cancer patients, it's about their families, and that's what he and Camilla have really leaned into. This notion that when somebody has cancer, yes, they're sick, they're the ones that are struggling, but it's all the people around them, and there is no one that has been more supportive than Camilla as a partner. She's, of course, had to, at the age of 76, support her husband, but, of course, be out there as the public face of the royal family for these last several weeks and months. I think it's really fitting. He, of course, talked to patients. He feels a connection now. I mean, you think about the royal family, they always have these charities, they have these patronages. It's not often that they get to experience what the people that these community groups or these patronages or these charities represent. So very fitting that he was there.
That's right, and he can really connect to them in a way that he probably wouldn't have been able to before, and it really kind of humanises the royal family when you see members of the royal family getting sick, as sad as it is, but it is brilliant to see that he is out and about. And we have heard from Queen Camilla during a reception at Buckingham Palace for supporters of sexual abuse. The Queen shared that the King was thrilled to be out and about. What else did she have to say?
Oh, look, she said, pretty much indicated that he's been champing at the bit. You know, he's not sitting at home in his pyjamas, you know, he does stretches every day, by the way. He does this. He does a headstand. He doesn't eat lunch and he doesn't do a headstand. Now, he does all these little exercises. His sons have written about that. Harry in Spare talked about his father's little program of the day. He also has this really weird thing where he has afternoon tea quite late, sort of five-ish, eats really late, and then works well into the night. Now, Camilla's apparently sort of put the kibosh on that and said, no, you actually have to get well. So you can just imagine the 75-year-old man, he's finally got into the top job. He wants to be doing it, and he's being told to just, sit still.
Getting ordered to go to bed or have an early night.
Absolutely. And if you think about it, this role, they spend their whole lives waiting to do this role. He's finally in the top position. It's finally meeting people as the King. And then within, less than a year of being the coronation, he's having to actually just step back and not do it. So I imagine that he really did want to be front-footed about the events this week. And we may see more of that going forward, obviously, depending on his health.
Let's hope so. Look, I'd like to see him do a handstand. Can do and stretches every day. What an inspiration.
Well, hopefully it leads to a long life.
Yeah, let's hope so. Look, there are reports that King Charles, though, may be too busy to meet with Prince Harry when he visits London next week for the Invictus Games. The King is said to have a very busy schedule, and it's unknown if he's going to be able to find the time to see Prince Harry. Look, what do you make of that, Angela? We know last time that the King met with Prince Harry, it was very brief. It was, less than 30 minutes? It was extraordinarily, even what I might call rudely brief, to be honest. That said, Harry didn't give his father a lot of notice. He jumped on a plane. And this is what we know about Harry. He's very impetuous. Look, I think they will meet. There's a lot of conversation. Page 6 in New York is reporting that they're not going to meet. I think there is no chance that they won't meet. And the reason being, not that Harry's, suddenly the lovely son coming back. It's because when you have cancer, you consider your mortality. You consider what's important to you. In those days at home, those, not doing his headstands, he would have been thinking about that relationship between his sons. Yes, the monarchy is his legacy, but so is his relationship with those boys. And while, we know that relationship with William is very, very fractured, I fully anticipate that Harry and Charles will meet up. The degree to which we learn about it, know the details, who knows? Hopefully Harry will stay, a bit more stum on that. But there's no way that he won't see his son. It's, he's coming over. Meghan and the children aren't coming. There's reports that they will be invited to Balmoral in the summertime. I think that's a bit of a stretch. Do you really? It's a bit too early for that. But Charles will want to see his grandchildren at some point. Absolutely, at least the grandchildren, that's for sure.